The second item of the agenda is the opening remark of the chairman. Then we will go through the agenda. My dear distinguished and respected colleagues, if we can remember during the sitting of Senate of Wednesday, 16 October 2024, the President of the Senate, Senator Goodwill Obot Afabio, GCON, announced my appointment as a chairman of the Senate Committee on Downstream Petroleum sector to replace our late brother, Senator Patrick Ifeanyi Uba, who was died on 26 August 2024. May his soul rest in perfect peace. We will observe 1 minute silence after my remark. The President made me the chairman in conjunction with the leadership of the House of the Senate of this committee in order to continue with what our predecessor started on the basis of confidence he has on me. This committee, as you are all aware, is one of the most important and testing committee, considering the unprecedented and continuous crisis in the petroleum sector in our country, which is facing us recently. The monumental petroleum pricing era Nigeria is currently facing made me to call on all our members of this committee to please contribute to their vast experience and to put all hands on deck toward alleviating the hardship Nigerians are into due to the hike in petroleum product. Soon the committee will engage all the stakeholders in petroleum industry and embark on visit to both state-owned and private refineries to see how we can help towards solving the problem facing the petroleum sector in Nigeria. In conclusion, I would like to use this our first meeting to plead and to solicit for your cooperation toward making this committee vibrant and success-oriented one. I think before continue, we have to observe a 1 minute silence to our later brother and colleague, former chairman of this committee, Senator Patrick Ifeanyi Patrick Uba. May his soul rest in perfect peace. Then, without taking much of your time, we are to examine the agenda. If there is any amendment, comment, addition, subtraction, let us see. Prayer, we have already.
All modifications.
All modification. Prayer, agenda number 1. Number 2, discussion and modality is number 3 items of the agenda. Interactive session with the Ministry of Petroleum Resources, DEFOT, and the NMDPRA. Then roundtable conferences, retreat, and facility familiarization tour. Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Petroleum Resources, and it is agency subsidiaries. Visit to Dangote refineries. Then any other business adjournment. If there is any amendment, additional subtraction, or any observation of the agenda. Yes, sir.
Mr. Chairman, distinguished colleagues, item number 3 is for adoption for subsequent implementation.
Yes, we have it. The detail of the itineraries. I am to read the detail of the itineraries after adopting the. Has anybody has any? And
here, when you say visit the huh? Okay. This item of visit to Dangote refinery, I know. Why don't we also visit the Port Harcourt refinery, the Warri refinery, the Kaduna refinery, and so on and so forth, so we can have a total view of a holistic view of the situation in our public refineries, while we also visit look at
in the expanded program.
They are all there. Okay, so maybe this one should.
Also, there's a conflict here. He is also the chairman of the turnaround maintenance. So I think he's avoiding.
But when you look into our rules, ad hoc, it is an ad hoc committee.
Which you are sharing.
Yes. You see.
You have succeeded in turning them around.
I think what he has succeeded is making himself a substantial chairman. Because the first one was to be a chairman.
But the idea.
When you have a chairman downstream.
The idea is that the refineries fall under the purview of a committee of downstream. That is the idea. I don't know. But able to come now. You see, and most of our assumption is that most of the members of that ad hoc are members of this committee.
Yeah.
Therefore, we need to agree among ourselves, because there is no reason for us to go to the refineries with ad hoc committees, then go back again on. More especially this time around, we are very, very serious on what is going on. We need to go and see, because our post visit expose us with working on what they are doing, and we need a lot. Maybe there is need for us to have a synergy, even from the first place. The committee is the responsibility of this committee. We don't need to have any ad hoc committee to do this work. It is overlapping, but we can marry the two.
Mr. Chairman, why I understand the logic of most of the committees members are also ad hoc committee members, but as a committee we cannot sit here and sweep the resolution of the Senate.
Of the Senate, we can't.
We must go back to the Senate and say, please rescind this decision of creating this ad hoc committee. So because of the resolution of the committee is fast superior to whatever arrangement that we can make internally. So we need to go back, since there are a very logical way of dealing with the matter. Go back, relinquish that committee, ad hoc committee, and then you now come back and start afresh.
Me too.
When this so you can't do that argument. What we can do is that the chairman is privileged to be chairman of ad hoc, is not privileged to be chairman of downstream. So you harmonize that too. There is no way we go twice. You go.
No, you have to. You have to go back to the Senate
and do what?
To call off the creation of that ad hoc committee.
We don't want to call it off because the Senate is aware that there was a downstream when they were forming the ad hoc in the first place.
Let me come in. Leader, when you look into the prayer of that ad hoc committee, it is beyond the mandate of our committee. There are some additional responsibility to that ad hoc committee. That is the reason why I subscribe to the idea of Senator. We can merge the two together in our own right as an ad hoc committee. Most of us, as members of that ad hoc and members of that downstream, we can work together to arrive in a position to the destination. And we have the committee is full up with leaders. 3 leaders are in the committees.
Ad hoc, right?
No, this one, okay. This one too. We can marry the two and have.
My argument is simple, leader. Once the Senate creates an ad hoc committee, you cannot wish it away.
No.
Correct. That's our position. That's our position. Yeah.
Okay. We have adopted the proposal.
Okay.
We have adopted the proposal. I think we have done what is in one. Before hitting the gabelle, I want to be clear. before I hit the gavel. If I hit the gavel, nobody will ask me to. Then the work plan. It is in our file jacket. But it was press. It is working. Therefore, the intention of the committee, we presented in conjunction with the secretariat of the committee, present to you the work plan of the committee, which we need your input, and if there is any amendment, additional or subtraction in what we present to you, please do it. The first one is interactive session with the Ministry of Petroleum Resources and it is subsidiaries. And
I think, if you permit me, you see this work plan, I think it's adequate. But what is missing is the timelines.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I think when you're proposing a plan like this, because of the competing needs of members who belong to other committees, the timelines will guide us as to when we do some of these things. However, the meat of this thing is very engaging, and I'm sure it will go a long way in giving us what we want. But the timelines are also very, very important.
to
Can I contribute something?
okay.
I think the plan will need to the old plan that was presented last year. Okay. Because if you check even,
It's June.
it's June 2023.
Where is it? Okay,
Yeah, and also, if you check 2024 budget defense hearing, yeah, there's also 2024 budget defense, which has passed.
Okay.
You go to the next page, you see OTC 2024, which has passed. So, let's need to really do a little bit.
If we adopt it as it is, we will mandate the secretariat to go and bring the calendar,
Yeah.
the proposed calendar. We will share the calendar through our own group WhatsApp and agree with the calendar. And you have to go and amend this one, Suleiman. I was carried away. Me too. Without object it, please. Object it.
It's straightforward. We take this as a proposal,
Yeah.
subject to
Amendment.
as to this, and then you let us know the timeline. Okay, let us know the timeline.
Okay.
Then we'll take a decision on the next it starts. The only other thing is again back to the refineries. Because one of the, as you know, the major challenge facing this country, and the Nigerian people need to know what is going on in our refineries. I have not seen here, maybe it's an oversight on my part. Where is it written that we are visiting?
No, it's here, 12.
12 is oversight visits. Okay, NNPC subsidiaries. No, that is NNPC subsidiaries.
Oh, okay, this is subsidiaries.
I mean a visit to the refinery.
It is very important. It is
That
very
is-
important.
That is the one we
I
need
think
to
it's
take
supposed
first.
it's supposed to be the second clerk. I think it's supposed to be the second item in our work plan. After interactive session.
Okay.
After interactive session,
Yeah.
let us go and see what is going on that
On the
refineries.
all the refineries.
Let Nigerians
No.
be informed on the current situation and challenges.
That's what I think.
And the essence of visiting Dangote refineries is to give us idea
Even it's important.
how we arrive on that situation. And I am contemplating the idea of including, if there is any emerging refinery now, Bua, I think is in Bansao in Akwa Ibom.
No, whatever he's doing it, we visit.
Yes,
So we
need
can encourage him.
to see how it can, and we need to have at least 1 or 2. These are modular refineries. Include them in our working plan to have the idea, because
This has to answer the Downstream.
Mr. Chairman,
leader.
if we can be properly guided, that encapsulates the work plan has been adopted by a motion and properly seconded.
Yes.
If that is the case, I want to believe that the remaining work of the details of how this thing is implemented rests with the Secretariat.
But we are guiding him on how...
Well, it's the Secretariat that brought out this work plan. And they must have ideas as to what we are supposed to do. And if after adopting our work plan and the agenda here, we begin to discuss the work plan again, I think it will be like putting the cart before the horse.
No, I think we are proposing additional items in this work plan.
We have adopted.
We have adopted, we all agree, but we are looking for, if there is any place which we supposed to visit, to include it in our itinerary. This is what we are saying.
I think in addition, Mr. Chairman, the germane issues of the timelines, which we have passed. So what the Secretary needs to do, take this document, redraw these itineraries, including some of the suggestions put forward by some other senators and the chairman himself, so that by tomorrow or next tomorrow we'll meet, we'll look at it, adopt it, and quickly get into the business of the committee.
And let me repeat it again, Clerk, you must from today open a WhatsApp group for the committee. Let us be informed and be guided on all what we are doing. We want the information to reach each and every member within a short possible period of time. So then, what? To any other business, maybe from now we can enter into executive session to discuss among ourselves on how